Menu narration set to 100. Menu narration set to 100.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following.
It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. Jackson now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. And they'll be brought out by the 2025 first-rounder out of Ole Miss. Here's Jackson Dart.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Darts out of the shotgun. Eagles are on it, and down he goes. And they come through the sack to bring around third down.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on third down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one,
they're in trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Eagles get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set, let's go.
Wideouts getting involved in the ground game. And the defense wise to that call there. Receiver wrapped up for no gain. 3rd down coming up. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
He's got it. It's in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
He's got it. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it, it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
And they stop it. No touchdown, no first down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
Giants take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And they are really starting the season off with a banger of a contest here, Brock. A chance to measure up against a division rival, and this win could be an important one to have in hand in just a few months. Back now, pressure coming. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. Back to pass on 1st and 10. That one's cut on one sideline. And this is all the way to the 13-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10.
70 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready, right?
From the red zone on 1st. And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a 1-point game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, kid. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Jackson now to return it. Shoves him off. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. The Giants and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. On 1st down, they'll run. Escapes the defender. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, here's Dart. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long. To the air on 3rd and long. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Connects on the crosser. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Short pass brought in. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
You know, with some of these tight ends today, you could put 2 guys, heck, put 3 guys on them, and they still find a way to make those catches. With how they move at their size, they really are the ultimate matchup advantage.
Looking to his fullback now. Tackle made at the 10. First and goal coming up.
That's another Eagles first down. First and 10
Okay,
at the
break.
10-yard line.
Get up.
And he just get the play off. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a field goal lead in our opening quarter. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Setting up to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. It's the Eagles soaring to an early lead. We'll return to the link right after this. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Fielded at the 7. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. The Giants returning their offense and this running back to the field. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to the 17.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And this hasn't been a common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 18-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. He picks up 9 on some quality running there, and that brings up 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down. It'll be a field goal try now for Joshua Carty. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single-point rock as they send this off and away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work Well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Let's go. 60 by 6.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow the lead to 7. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles grow their lead to 8. The kick team out there for the Eagles. And this one is sent away. Here's a return from the 7. Oh, and he eats a hit to bring an end to that, right near the 25-yard line. The Giants offense all set to get started. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. 2nd and 18 coming up. To throw, here's Dart. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. It connects on the deep shot. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead.
I know you got a mixture looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
And he hits the extra points. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Returning it from the 4. Making some progress here. And he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. They'll take that every time. Great field position to begin this drive. The Eagles are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance.
18, right here.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Come on. Set. Bronco 80.
Throwing now on 1st down. Has it downfield working the left. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here.
Go. Vikings. Go.
From the red zone now. Has it down close. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Eagles grow the lead to 7. That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles grow their lead to 8. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. After this one, we're going to hit the 2-minute warning. On first down, here's Dart. Completed over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Throwing on first down, it's Dart. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. Dart out of the shotgun. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Back to throw. Here's Dart. Hits his running back. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Now Dart. Hits him on the end line. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And the Giants are going to have the first down. Dart going to throw again. Couldn't find a completion on first down. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up second down. Here's the handoff. Finds a small seam. That's good for 5. Make it third down. The Giants using their first timeout. Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Dart. Finds the in route complete. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first.
37-yard attempt.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that gets them back within 5.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points. A little bit of feel-good momentum.
Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles back out on offense. They're running back headed out once again. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Rig alert, rig alert. Kevin Pirate.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Escapes the pocket. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. Still 10 to go. It's 2nd down now from the 26. Throwing from the gun here. Quick slant into the hands of Pitts. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their their pocket for what's left of this half. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
Go! 60 by 6.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Throw left side. Complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
5 still to go here. This is second down.
Now
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. On the move, headed right. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Going all the way to the end zone here. And this is going to be hit by a defender and knocked away. Incomplete as the end zone look comes up empty, Brock. We've got a fourth down decision to make. The Eagles are in punt formation. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. Probably looking at our final snap and a half here on first down. Line up the design keeper. So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hanson. He's got our halftime report. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the third quarter. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Starting from the 5. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out. Philadelphia has its offense out to start this third quarter. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive.
19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, Kate, with the game that they've put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that third down.
Warriors 70, 60 Eagles.
He's back to throw. That one complete to Pitts. And he'll go down and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
First down, play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. He gets a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Here's first and 10 from the 47.
19.
Still sticking with the passing game. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. And the Giants will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Eagles are on it, and down he goes. work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
With the gun this time, here's Dart. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Darks looking at this 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And the question out there is, Brock, how early and often are they going to try passing here after they were picked off on the previous drive?
Well, I think the answer to that is how much trust does this play caller have in his quarterback? We're going to get to find out right now.
Let's go now. Go.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
Come 19. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
I'll throw it here on first. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts, and it's going to be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's going to squeeze about 8 yards out of that run, Brock. That brings up 3rd down. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Giants get it back in touchback territory. They're going to be at the 20. Well, depending on which side of the ball you're looking at here, Brock, things have either been very sharp or they've been just awful to start this second half. 2 drives, 2 interceptions now.
And where do you think I'm looking, Kate?
Oh, I know. Where are you been looking?
Oh, it's a miserable place to be as a quarterback, just knowing you're hurting your team, not even giving yourself a chance, giving the ball away.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here.
At the 20-yard line.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And some nice running there. Gets him a 3rd down coming up.
There's so much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Complete over the middle. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down. The Giants are set to punt. Baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he just keeps on catching passes here in the second half. It seems like we're going to remember his work there from this game more than what he's done from the backfield.
On the jump.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 70, Timberwolves. Hot 70, hot 70.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Short pass brought in. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. We've set it downs for him from the 31.
19 tight, 19 tight. Pass, go.
They go play action on 1st down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
Mustang 19. Let's go.
Pass play coming here. Has it downfield working the left. And he's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know these teams, they track every step of their players. Many of them wear GPS units in their uniform to track how much mileage. I don't care what the stat sheet said and how long that game was. That dude ran a long way, all the way across the field. It paid dividends.
And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Cowboy, Panther 11, Panther 11.
2nd down, looking for options. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
26-yard line.
Bronco 80.
Handoff now out of the gun. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Giants are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Cut out left. Breaks the tackle, he's got space ahead. And he will take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants take the lead as Todd runs out here in the 3rd.
Kate, every year, it's kind of like the Baskin-Robbins of tight ends. You get all sorts of different flavors. You get inline blockers, you get guys that can run routes, you got guys that can do a little bit of everything, and then you get a game changer. And this guy's a game changer.
All right, they're going to throw for it. This is caught. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. And when we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Hits his running back. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. Rolling out to his left. Dump off to his fullback. Along the perimeter he goes, crossing the 45. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. And that completion gets him up to 400 yards in the football game. No, it's a tough mark to reach, but one that every quarterback takes pride in being able to reach, or at least challenge every so often.
60 by 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 19 tight, 79 Broncos. 18 Pioneer. 19 Lions.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Catch made over the middle. And they take him down right along the 30.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him through at least the minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, kids. You want to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Bronco 80.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. He's got it near the 8. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 4th-quarter lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
A big spot for the Eagles now as they go for 2.
The Eagles will set up for the
throw it. Buys time, rolling right. They did it! He made the interception! So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Gonna need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. Then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. To consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
The Giants returning their offense and this running back to the field. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this 4th quarter, partner. That touchdown just served it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there. And I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set. It almost feels now like he must score a drive.
Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the 1st down.
First down, New York.
Darts out of the shotgun. Finds the in route complete. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Putting the tight end in motion. From the gun, here's Darts. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Looking to throw. Left side to Robinson. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of down.
The beauty of that execution, Kate, is he didn't even know he was going to get the ball there on 4th down in that RPO. So extra credit for the focus, and even more so for the conversion.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Trying to find a cutback upfield, but nothing doing. They take him down for a loss.
One of the challenges when you run that jet sweep is you better secure that edge. I've not seen a great jet sweep in my life where you don't win the edge of the line of scrimmage. And that time, the defense got the job done.
Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on it. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the set. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Giants facing a 5-point deficit. Their hand is forced here. They've got to get this. They're down 5. Desperation time here. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And this is going to be a New York touchdown. The Giants have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
The extra point wouldn't do much for them, so they're going to go for 2 and try to make this a field goal game.
The Giants will line up for their 2-point.
Keeping it on the ground. And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game.
34.
Every once in a while, we don't have to confuse this game. Simply beat the man in front of you. Carry the ball over the line. Rushing football at its finest.
Starting from the 5. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They gotta give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. Okay, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
The left side is caught by Pitts. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and the quarterback will find you again.
They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards.
It's a loss of 2.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
At the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Setting up to pass. That one's complete, right side. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
He's got it near the 10. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Well it seems like the only thing that's going to be able to stop this guy or even slow him down is going to be that final whistle, Brock. This defense has been inconsistent at best.
This is one of those moments where it just feels like it's a privilege to watch. Right? When you're at a concert and you're just listening to somebody that's the best of the best, you want more. And right now up in this booth, I want to see this guy continue to put on a show.
Hold the ready.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. First and goal.
Liking, ain't chip ready.
He'll look to throw it. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won this game. Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
Complete over the middle. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here he is to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. And a timeout's called. We'll have likely just a final play. Only 6 seconds remaining in this one. Your start now. This is for the ball game. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. Just can't finish the play. So it's an Eagles win here in this one.